was some pretty tough love and scared me, but it scared me enough to go, okay, no longer was it about me and my stubbornness of wanting to do this without. I just started thinking about my kids, my boyfriend Tim, you, and that if I wasn't doing everything and I was facing, death or whatever, and there's that catch up feeling, and I mentioned this before, where you go, okay, I'll take them now, I'll do whatever you want me to. I didn't want to face that. So me taking this medicine, however it made me feel, and the goal to lower my blood pressure so that that doesn't happen to me, became no longer about me and my physicality. It was about others. You, Todd, you, the conversations I've been having with you, it inspire me to keep doing it.
Hold it together.
I know, but I wanted you to know that. So, however small or big this radio show is right now, or will become, I don't even know if I opened up the show. I was so excited to talk to you, Todd. You guys, this is Bev. This is the Bev D show. This is Tuesdays with Todd. I think I just dove in. And it's because I was so excited to talk to you and really tell you thank you, because it's been a weird week. And to see my doctor apologizing to me for how hard she was on me. I said, no, actually, my boyfriend wants to thank you. And because he appreciates how rough. I bet she genuinely, this is what I was talking about. This particular doctor is amazing in that she said, I had a job to do. And she said, and that was to wake you up. And she said, I told you you had a pass to try this. Now, can I go out and get hit by a bus today? Yep. But this is something that I'm supposed to be doing for others in my life, and I'm a big advocate of being as healthy as you possibly can and doing good for your temple and taking care of you for the sake of others. And that's the message that I wanted to encapsulate, and be sure that I told you, Todd, that if it weren't for all those messages that you're receiving, or the people that you go speak in front of, or the schools that invite you out to do speaking, you helped me.
Well, you helped me too. You inspired me since day one. Since day one, when I first heard the one show and you talked about your birthmark, you that had been a thing for you for years.
Yep.
Years.
Yep. And I can still see that, like when I'm in a store or I meet people, I can see them looking. And I just smile and I say, it doesn't hurt, and it's just a birthmark. And they laugh and smile.
You should yell like Kramer does. Remember when him and Jerry were shaving their chests?
Oh my God, yes.
And he's like, look at it. But
oh my God.
I can't stop.
You can't. It's just too much. But I want to thank you.
But what you just said was just told to me last night. I was Sarah and I were texting back and forth, and her and I have had this not a bet, just a person to person agreement to eat better, because we have same common urges, I guess you'd say. Like I could go all day without eating, and then I'll binge eat at night.
Right.
Things of that nature. So what we did, we made a deal, and we've done this since July 1st. And now, mind you, she is a very, very attractive woman. She is 5'10". She's one of the sweetest people you could ever meet. She for years after we had, talked, because I was getting a little angry because I wasn't seeing a lot of results. I quit drinking. I cut bad sugars out. I cut, like bad carbs out, like a lot of bread and things of that nature. Keeping my caloric intake lower than what I was burning, so it would take weight off too, but still healthy,
Right.
and maintaining the diet throughout the day. You got to eat. You got to eat throughout the day. Not eating is not healthy.
Right.
And she told me, and I said, "What do you do to not be so hard on yourself?" And she goes, "I come to the realization that because pride, ego, and vanity will bite you in the ass.
Yep.
Because a lot of people suffer from body dysmorphia and things of that nature. But anyway, she goes, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. And I know that I'm putting healthy things into my body, which is in the long run and now what's best for me, and knowing and teaching myself self-love, and that's all that matters."
Yeah.
She's not worried about an outcome or like looking to get to a physical win, because she used to do bodybuilding, not like the big muscle chick bodybuilding. She just did those types of workouts,
Mm-hmm.
and was seeking a specific body style. And why? And she has taught me, all of them have, her friend, all my friends, of that nature. But for her to say that and make it that simple, to put it down as what it boils down to is, if you feel good about yourself and what you're putting in your body, and for you to just be able to love yourself is simple enough. It's when we go past that threshold and trying to, because once you do that, you're doing it not for yourself anymore. You're doing, and that goes back to that word I'd say all the time, perception.
Mm-hmm.
How do I look to others? How are people perceiving me, and am I okay with that? And I was like, you got to be kidding me. She said it that simple via text, and it completely flipped my whole thing about getting fired up. Because when you go on a diet, and when I say diet, I don't mean because I'm a fat lard and I have to quit eating food. What I mean is changing my diet, changing my foods and portion size to make my body healthier, and my body will go to where it needs to be.
Right.
But when you do it that way, it could take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to even start noticing the change alone.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Now, I noticed a big change by cutting sugars out and not drinking energy drinks and caffeine and all that jazz. That was a big one.
And
that was huge.
And having said that, I mean, I think I told you, one of the reasons why I think this medication did what it did is that I had lost weight. And what it was is, I changed the physical things that I was doing. I was eating less, moving more. I love food too, and I can't really take anybody out of my diet. I just eat less of it. So it's just portion control, like you said. What are you burning up? It's never going to work. The little bits that I eat throughout the day. But I really started realizing, though, is I wasn't seeing myself as a selfish person, but I really was kind of being selfish in that I'm stubborn and I'm going to do this on my own rather than getting the help of a professional who I needed to learn how to trust and take this medication. And I loved myself enough to start taking the medication for the sake of my family. And I at least had to give it my best. And I do want to say this, but as we wrap up the show, if you're ever having a bad day or you're doing something and you're just not feeling good, there is an image that I have of the one time when I was in Children's Hospital. My daughter was having her broken arm. She had some surgery, and they put her for recovery after the surgery on the floor where they have babies and children hooked up to chemo, and they're pushing them around
Oh
on,
man.
yep, little Tykes cars, and they're getting their little treatment, and they just drive them around in circles, and these little kids, and they're pulling wagons, and they're, got their stuffed animals. And if ever I'm having a bad day, I can't forget that day. So 2 words: if you're feeling bad and you're trying to figure it out, it's very simple. Just say to yourself, Children's Hospital, because nobody's there for fun. And it will put
Listen, I know we're getting off the air here, but I have a story about that. I can't believe you experienced that because I did the same thing. It wasn't long before I got hurt either. We were set in a building, and I had went out there to connect, and I'm up on the building, and we were like 7 stories up, and it was in between coffee time and break time, and I'm just throwing a fit because it was hotter than all get out. There was no water up there, and I am just complaining like it's just the end of life,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
They ask us to come down over the radio, and I'm like, why? It's not break time, it's not lunchtime. Then I got to climb back up, so I'm throwing a fit. So we come down, we walk around the corner. It's all the cancer kids sitting out there. They thought we were fascinating. They just wanted to meet us and sign their little book.
Oh my God.
I felt as big as a tick turd. But it was that reminder, like you said. You having a bad day, you think you're having a bad day, walk in one of them kids' shoes.
Yep.
You know.
And now, and it's like I said earlier, is none of us know. I mean, we there's only one way out. Nobody gets out alive. So it's what you do in between those points. And if you have the luxury of waking up in the morning, that on your lousiest day, picture that, read something about that. The internet, it's the best of us or the worst of us. You can just Google anything and read a story that will bring you to your knees. And that was my medicine, and it is still. And I was like, you big baby, you're thinking about what this stupid blood pressure medication is going to do to you. And here, these kids, nobody has a choice. You didn't have a choice. Your mom was making decisions. They were doing things whether you wanted that or not. And so you kind of have to let go in my world and let God. And I just kind of threw my hands up and said, you know what? You've given me so much. How could I not trust you in this situation? I'm getting choked up again. But it's true. And it's, get through a bit. But, Todd Rossiter, Hope United, he's involved in a lot of things. He's been through quite a bit. He's still going through it on a daily basis. If you want to reach out to him, please do. You can also message me, like the show, share the show. This is what we're doing here. It's the Bev D Show. We don't know what we're doing. We just know that we're Rossiters and we like to talk. So great storytellers. Hey, your dad always said, never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Right.
It is Tuesday, July 23rd. My name is Bev. This is Tuesdays with Todd. Thank you so much, Todd, for being here. If you're wanting to do something, if you're wanting to do something good, but you're afraid to do it anyway. We call that courage. And by the way, if you're feeling a little bit lonely and not feeling loved, just remember that we do. Thanks, Todd.
You're so welcome. If nobody told you they loved you today, I do.
Oh, I love you too, buddy. Thanks.
See you next Tuesday.
You got it.